Hey, what is up guys? We're going to be doing a quick deck profile today of Ancient Gears. So it's been a long time since we last did a Yu-Gi-Oh video, so it's finally cool to see that I'm actually able to get back into this. So without further ado, let's just actually get started right away. So starting off with the monsters, we are playing 3 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. So, 3 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. Why am I playing 3 of those? Well, it's so good. It's just really amazing. The thing is, tribute summoning in this deck is actually really easy with Gear Town, and so sometimes I do tribute an Ancient Gear monster, which allows me to do piercing damage when I attack. If I tribute a Gadget monster, which we have Ancient Gear Gadget for that, we can actually make a second attack during the battle phase as well. And of course, your opponent can't activate spells or traps or even monster effects until the end of the damage step. And after he attacks, I destroy one spell or trap on the field. So that actually sets up a lot of good combos. Alright, so the next card we're playing is 3 Ancient Gear Wyvern. It's a really good card. When it's summoned in any way, you can search for any Ancient Gear card from your deck and add it to your hand. Really good card, but after you use that effect, you can't set for the rest of the turn, which is a big problem because if you can search for Ancient Gear Reborn, it sucks that we can't set it right away. We have to wait until next turn. But of course, we can search for anything else like Catapult or Fortress, and that's also really good. But for now, he's still a really good card. The fact that he can even search in the first place is just a really good bonus for us. And when he attacks, your opponent can't activate monster effects. So that's really awesome. We are also playing 3 Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. This is actually not in the structure deck. We have to get it in Raging Tempest. When he's normal summoned, inflicts 600 damage, and you can fusion summon 1 Ancient Gear Fusion monster using cards from your hand or field. So you don't need to play Polymerization in this deck. You play him and he's just really good. I'll be showing a few combo videos, so do look forward to that. We are also playing 2 Ancient Gear Box. When he's added to the hand from the deck or a graveyard, you can add a Earth Machine type monster of 500 attack or defense from your deck to your hand. So it has to be exactly 500 attack or defense, but you can add Ancient Gear Gadget. Alright, so speaking of Ancient Gear Gadget, we are playing 3 Ancient Gear Gadget. So Ancient Gear Gadget has exactly 500 attack, which makes it easy to bring it out with Gearbox. So when this card is summoned in any way, you can declare monster, spell, or trap, and until the end of the damage step, when your monster attacks, they can't activate cards of that specific type that you declared. So if you manage to bring out 3 of these with machine duplication, you can actually lock out monsters, spells, and traps, which makes it really good. But of course, we're not playing machine duplication in this deck, so we're only playing this because it's easy to actually go with the fusion, and that's the whole point of the play. We are playing 1 Ancient Gear Golem. I'm not playing Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound in this deck, simply because they both have the restriction of it can't be special summoned from the deck. But I'm playing Ancient Gear Golem because we are playing the fusion that requires Ancient Gear Golem. So I'm just putting this in. And having piercing damage is just good. Whereas Ultimate Pound requires you to actually discard a machine type monster, which is kind of restricting. Okay, so for the last of our monsters, we are playing 2 Gold Gadget as well as 2 Silver Gadget. They just float into your other cards and it's just really good. It allows you to survive multiple attacks, and they are the last of our monsters. We're not playing any hand traps, and the reason why we're not playing hand traps is because we're focused on OTKing our opponent. So the fact that hand traps require us to actually wait in our hand, we don't actually need it as part of our combo pieces. So that's why I'm not playing Maxi, because it's at 1 anyway, so the chance that you'll draw on your first turn is very unlikely. So overall, I just play this as a lineup because it's a lot better and more efficient. Okay, so moving on with spells, we are playing 3 Ancient Gear Catapult. If you control no monsters, activate this card. Destroy a face-up card you control. Obviously, it has to be a spell or trap. And then special summon any Ancient Gear from your deck, ignoring summoning conditions, meaning Ancient Gear Golem can be special summoned that way. And of course, if this card is in your graveyard, as long as it's not in the same turn, you can destroy a face-up card and special summon an Ancient Gear token. And yeah, I'll show you a combo with this card as well, so I'm definitely making a combo video for this. We also are playing 3 Ancient Gear Fortress. It's a continuous spell card. And during the turn that your Ancient Gear monster was summoned, your opponent cannot target it with card effects, and it cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects as well. So that means they can't torrential you, they can't target you with anything. Can't think of any cards that actually target specifically, but overall it's just really hard to deal with your Ancient Gear monsters, on top of the fact that Ancient Gear monsters that you bring out is going to be like Reactor Dragon, so even when they attack, the opponent can't activate cards that try to stop it, like Mirror Force or anything like that. So it's really good, and also when this card is destroyed, you can special summon an Ancient Gear monster from your graveyard or from your hand. For the rest of the turn, you can't special summon other than Ancient Gear monsters. A little restricting, but we can play our way around it. Alright, so next we are playing 3, Gear Town. It's really easy. We just get it, when it's destroyed, you special summon an Ancient Gear monster, and you can tribute summon for 1 less tribute, as well as 2 terraforming, simply because we want to get to our field spells really quickly. We're playing 1 terraforming because it's just really nice to double the attack. 1 Dark Hole because I'd rather play Raigeki, but the thing is, like, for now I just have 1 Dark Hole, so that's all I got. We're also playing 2 Mystical Space Typhoon. I would replace it with Twin Twisters instead, because we actually can afford to discard cards to destroy 2 cards. But I'm playing Mystical Space Typhoon because simply, yes, most of our Ancient Gears are immune to spells and traps, but the thing is, we are still not immune to counter traps, so stuff like Solemn Strike or Solemn Warning will still stop us. That's why Mystical Space Typhoon or Twin Twisters will be there. So if you have Twin Twisters, play it. I sold mine off. We're playing 1 Upstart just because 39 cards in the deck is a lot better. Alright, so to end things off with traps, we're playing 2 Ancient Gear Reborn. It's a continuous spell for Call of the Horned. The thing is, you have to control no monsters, and it's only once per turn, but of course, you can bring it back whenever you want, and it gains 200, and the thing is, it's a continuous spell, so you can keep reusing it. That's why I'm playing only 1 Call of the Horned, because you don't really get a benefit if your cards are getting destroyed. And then, of course, we're playing 1 Solemn Warning because we need to stop summonings, and we're playing 1 Heavy Storm Duster because, again, dealing with your opponent's spells and traps is quite important. And, of course, when your opponent plays cards like the field spells and everything, that's becoming really big these days, it's good to stop them early on. So if you have to go first, then you can set your MSTs and you can set your Heavy Storm Dusters. If your opponent plays any field spells, then you can at least destroy it before they actually do something and go off and OTK you. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra deck. It's really up to you what you want to play, but I'm playing 3 Chaos Ancient Gear Giant because it's just so easy to get into, and we have so much space in the extra deck because we rarely use the extra deck, but if we do, we're going into Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. We're also playing Ancient Gear Howitzer. It's just such a good card because if your opponent relies on card effects to destroy, then Howitzer is pretty much immune to all that. It's just so powerful. We are also playing 1 Ancient Gear Golem, Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. That's why we're playing the Ancient Gear Golem in our main deck. It's just such a good card. When it's destroyed, special summon an Ancient Gear Golem from your graveyard, ignoring summoning conditions, so why not? For the XE's monsters, we're playing 2 Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf. Detach material, target 1 machine type monster you control, and it can attack directly this turn. So it's just really, really powerful. And of course, when it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can add a level 4 machine type monster from your deck to your hand. So you can add Ancient Gear Wyvern, which is again your searcher, or you can add Ancient Gear Box, which searches our Ancient Gear gadget. So that's 2 extra cards. Really nice card to play in the deck. And the last card we're playing is number 59, Crooked Cook. You could detach this card during either player's turn, destroy all cards you control, and this card gains 300 attack for each one destroyed. So a few combos I'll show with this, but that's pretty much it for the extra deck. So yeah, that's the deck profile, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope you guys found that actually helpful, because this deck is actually meant to be OTKing your opponents, not setting up or anything. That's why we're not playing any hand traps or anything, but we are playing cards like Mystical Space Typhoon and Heavy Storm Duster to destroy your opponent's cards, preventing them from actually negating our summons, and also destroying their field spells, because field spells have become so powerful these days. And of course, Heavy Storm Duster and Twin Twisters is really good in this particular format, simply because Pendulum Magicians are making some big comeback here, so destroying their scales before they actually go off is actually a really good play to have. So overall, that's what I'm doing, as long as they don't activate Sky Iris first. But either way, you can destroy Sky Iris. So yeah, I'm going to be making a combo video for this, so do stay tuned for that. But for now, yeah, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. But for the extra deck, I didn't have Gear Gigant X. Do play 2 of those if you can find any. But other than that, the rest of the extra deck is up to you, because we're focusing more on the main deck. So off to the combo video, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.